This is Mr. Chris. Today, I will share with you my plan for having at least a $10,000 weekly retirement income by growing my position in ULTY, one of the high-yield dividend funds from Yieldmax. As of today, I own about 45,000 shares, but my goal is to build that up to over 100,000 shares by mid-July 2026. And I want to walk you through exactly how I'm doing that. But first, a disclaimer. Hello, this is Mr. Chris. Last year, I lost my job as an engineer and project manager, and I was forced to retire. So I started trading the no-loss method of the wheel strategy. This is an option trading strategy. I am not a financial advisor, and all content of my channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So please do your proper research and due diligence before investing. If you like the content of my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, let's go. My Yieldmax portfolio now has an average dividend income of more than $35,000 a month. And out of this income, about an estimated $16,000 is from ULTY. Now recently, ULTY has been consistently paying around 10 cents per share in dividends every week. That may not sound like much, but when you own tens of thousands of shares, it adds up fast, really fast. My end goal is to have enough shares to earn $10,000 per week from ULTY dividends by early to mid next year. And to achieve this $10,000 per week income, I need to have at least 100,000 shares by next year. Late last year to early this year, my goal was to own around 33,000 shares by early 2026. However, I already exceeded my original goal. I now have close to 45,000 shares, and my next goal is to get it to 100,000 shares. So why am I going all in with ULTY? It comes down to how the fund generates income and how that's changed for the better. Prior to March 2025, ULTY uses a covered call and synthetic option strategy to generate monthly income. Net asset value erosion was just terrible, so I used DRIP. I used DRIP to lower my average cost and maintain a decent total return. But in March 2025, the fund managers made a key shift. They stopped relying on synthetic options exposure and instead started holding the actual underlying shares of these stocks, and also modified the dividend distribution schedule from monthly to weekly. Since that change, ULTY's net asset value and dividend distributions have become much more stable. And that's not just my opinion. The market responded too. ULTY's assets under management have climbed up to more than $2 billion. In order to increase the total number of ULTY shares I own, I'm using a two-part strategy to grow my position. The first strategy is through DRIP. I am enrolled in a dividend reinvestment plan. That means every week, the dividend I get is automatically used to buy more ULTY shares. It's a hands-off way to let compounding do the heavy lifting. With the current price of ULTY, which is around $6.25 per share, a weekly estimate of 10 cents per share dividend, and the current total number of shares I own, then the total number of ULTY shares I own increases by an estimated 600 to 650 shares per week, or close to 2,400 shares a month. The increase in number of shares will further accelerate as the total number of shares increases. My second strategy is selling cash-covered put options on ULTY. Currently, I sell 10 cash-covered put contracts every month on ULTY at a $7 strike price. Since ULTY is currently trading around $6.20 to $6.25, I expect to get assigned on most of these contracts. I currently have 3 contracts, one for August, September, and October. If assigned, I am obligated to purchase ULTY shares at $7 per share. That means that with 10 contracts, I have to buy 1,000 shares of ULTY if assigned. But here's the thing, I am fine with that. My actual cost basis when assigned is close to $6 per share, which I am very comfortable with. because the premium I received from this cash covered put option is close to $1 per share. So for the 10 contracts of cash covered put options that I sold, I get $1,000 of premium on ULTY. And if the price of ULTY stays above $6 per share, that means that I have an actual gain in selling the cash covered put options, but I also increase the number of shares by 1,000 every month. The cash reserve I use to enter these options contracts is from the dividends of other Yieldmax funds I have in my portfolio. Between DRIP and monthly put assignments, I am gradually building my share count with minimal out-of-pocket investment going forward. At this pace, I am on track to hit 100,000 shares in about 12 months. Once I hit that 100,000 shares, my weekly dividend will be $10,000 per week from ULTY alone. Here's a line graph of my projected growth of ULTY shares. This graph shows the projected number of shares and dividend income based on an estimated 10 cents per share weekly dividend. If you are serious about building passive income, I think this kind of disciplined options-enhanced dividend investing can be a game changer. I will keep updating you on my progress, so follow along if you want to see how it plays out. And as always, do your own research. Just because this strategy works for me doesn't mean it's right for everyone. But if you're into high yield income, ULTY is definitely worth watching. That's it. I will see you in my next video. If you like this video or any of the videos in my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe, and join me in my journey in generating my retirement income through trading options and investing in high yield funds like Yieldmax. If you have any comment or question about the no-loss method of the wheel strategy or my perspective about Yieldmax, please write a comment and I will answer them the best I can. This is MrChris. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video.